The Thunder dodged a major bullet regarding Josh Giddey as we now know the details of what he's expecting for a contract extension. I must say, Sam Presti did a fantastic job when he traded Josh Giddey when he did for Alex Caruso, along with signing Caruso to a long-term extension with the Thunder. Some of the other contracts that he's done with these players as well, like Aaron Wiggins, the long-term deal he did with him, the Isaiah Hartenstein deal, how it's decreasing. So now that we know the kind of money Giddey is, trying to command from the Bulls this offseason, I think Sam Presti dodged a major bullet regarding, trading Giddey away. He's being like, some people will be like, you're going to regret this. He has all-star potential. I think he does have all-star potential. But it comes down to a few key things here for me regarding Josh when it comes down to, is he worth what he's asking for? Would the Thunder have actually paid him this? There's a lot of uncertainties that go into it. So we're going to break it all down here today on Thunder Digest. Before we get into this, just two things. Yes, you're going to notice different setup and back home for a little bit here while I just, go through some job interviews, see what my next full-time gig's going to be. But in the meantime, if you guys enjoyed the content, I put out here on Thunder Digest, and you want this to become a full-time thing where I can just pump out content every single, pretty much hour at this point for you guys, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. As around 63% of you guys are not yet subscribed to this channel. It means the world to me if you guys can just hit that subscribe button real quick. With that out of the way, let's go ahead, get into today's video and topic at hand regarding Josh Giddey. All right, now I know I still, have a little, place in my heart for him. Okay, I hope he succeeds wherever he ends up, whether that is still in Chicago, whether he goes to somewhere else. I saw all things Mavs said earlier that he would kind of like Josh Giddey on the Mavs, and I think that's a good fit for him. But no matter where he is, I wish him nothing but the best. But now we know what he's kind of asking for this offseason, all right? And it's not a small price whatsoever, okay? I'm going to go ahead and pull up. If you need to avert your eyes, go ahead, because this is quite an absurd number. But he is commanding a 5-year, $150 million deal. To me, that's too much. Me personally, when I look at that deal, all right, I think that is too high. All right, he's asking for what is that, $30 million a year? I think he's a $20 to $25 million a year player. I think he can get that, maybe like a 5-year, $125 million deal, $120 million deal, somewhere around there. But $150 million, I don't think he's going to get that. I don't think so. The Bulls might. They might think yeah, he's our guy of the future. Sure, let's go ahead and give it to him. I don't think he's worth that, though. It's nothing against him. It's just, man, he still has to work on that three-point shot. He still has to become a better defender. That's why I don't think he's worth that $30 million yet, okay? I do think there are some teams that will take a chance on him and give him $30 million. Some rebuilding teams that might want to go after him and get him, or a team, that needs a starting point guard, someone that's just going to act as a facilitator for them, initiate the offense. So there are going to be teams that are going to be out on the market for him, no doubt about it whatsoever. And the Bulls might offer him this, okay? But when you look at everything going on, I think the Thunder, pretty much after this, have won the trade by looking at how much he's, commanding. We can also go ahead, look at the stats that he put up, and yes, they are impressive stats, okay? 14.6 points per game, 8.1 rebounds, 7.2 assists. Those numbers pretty much increased there. His points per game number, stayed around the same. He's averaging a steal a game. His defense got a little bit better, in my opinion, if you watch him on ball. He's gotten a little bit better. It's still not the greatest, okay? 46% from the field. And yes, that three-point number increased dramatically at 38%. I know that's the reason why people keep on saying, oh my God, the Thunder lost to Caruso, Josh Giddey trade, because look at Giddey's three-point numbers. He's shooting 38% from three now. That's, let's calm down. You also have to look at attempts per game and minutes per game, okay? I think with the success that the Thunder have had, they still won this trade. But you look at the other things, 6'8", he's still super young. I think that's a benefit of him, is that the fact that he's still only 22 years old. I think that's going to help him out a ton with his value on the market, where it's like, yo, look at these stats. He's, he'll give you a triple-double at least twice a month here. He has that all-star potential. Like I said, teams will take that chance on him. 39% in corner threes, 89% of his threes are assisted, and then 35% of all his shots are three-pointers. So like I said, when you look at all these stats, when you look at everything going into it, how young he is, all right, the fact he still has this potential, he puts up triple-doubles at least like twice a month when you look at it. He has potential there. Right? The potential is there for him to be a great player and for him to be worth $30 million, maybe even close to $40 million somewhere in the distant future. Just right now, he still has a little bit of work to go. All right. He still has some work to do, especially defensively. Okay. But the big thing why the Thunder, I keep on saying it, Thunder dodge a bullet, Thunder dodge a bullet. The big reason why is you got to look at contracts. You got to look at who the Thunder have to pay here in the future. We can go ahead and look at a breakdown of these contracts right here, okay? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is about ready for an extension here, all right? About to be able to offer him that, and he's going to make $80 million per year. So we need that money for him. All right. You look at Isaiah Hartenstein. He has a team option in 2026, 2027 there. Like I said, decreasing contract. Boom. Lou Dort, another team option in that year on a very friendly deal. Isaiah Joe's also on a friendly deal that is very easy to trade away. That decreases in value over the years, but not by a ton, but it does decrease. Chet Holmgren will be a restricted free agent in the 2026, 2027 season. And he's projected to make close to $35 million per year. That's what he's projected. So, I mean, go after it, get the bag. I'm just saying that's what he's projected to get when you look at his, draft pick, where he was drafted, all that, all the other factors there. Aaron Wiggins, he's on a friendly deal. Alex Caruso, his contract's about to go and play as well. Jalen Williams, I'm thinking he's going to be done here soon. Cason Wallace, I'm sure Sam Presti is going to want to extend him. Ousmane Dieng, I have no clue. Then you get into, some of the more uncertain guys. Nikola Topic here, all right? That's an uncertainty. We don't know if he's going to be on this team next season. We have absolutely no idea what Sam Presti and Thunder are going to do with Nikola Topic after drafting him 12th overall in the 2024 draft. I want to see what he does. I think he has that potential. All right, we'll see. J-Dub, going into him now, all right? He's projected to make close to $20 million a year. I know that All-Star, selection can boost him up to probably like $25 million is what he'll probably try to command. Still, I would much rather pay Dub than I would pay Josh Giddey. I'll go ahead and say that. I think, Dub's going to be the better player, and I don't think that's a, bold claim or hot take whatsoever. All right, I think it's a mild take. We're like, yeah, that's 100%, probably is going to be the case. AJ Mitchell, he's on a friendly deal now. Okay, team option in 2025, 2026. We'll see what happens there. I'm sure Presti's going to pick that up. Dylan Jones is locked down for a while, but he's not making a ton either. And then Jay Will, he has a team option this offseason that we can, say yes or no to. I'm sure while his value is going to be pretty low, I'm sure Presti's going to deny it and then extend him to like a 3-year deal where he's making like, $4 to $5 million each year. Okay. So like when you look at it with how much Josh is commanding, you look at all these players we have to keep. I just don't see a way it would have worked out. And even if he was still on the team and he was commanding that much money, I think Presti says no. I'll be honest. I'll be completely honest on that. I think Presti says no if Josh is like, look, 5-year, $150 million deal. I need $30 million per year. He's going to say no and be like, no, Dub's an all-star. Chet has this potential here. We got to pay those two guys. We still got to pay Shai in the future and try to extend Cason Wallace or Lou Dort, one of those two guys. And it's just not going to work out financially because in the end, you would get traded. So, like I said, Thunder dodged a bullet. They wouldn't have to go through a whole financial trouble here and then not get any return value back for Josh Giddey if he is commanding this much money in the offseason right here if they didn't trade him. So, like trading for Alex Caruso, you traded Josh Giddey while he still had value. Got a player in return who's going to try to help you win a championship while the Thunder are up 3-2 in the series against the Denver Nuggets. Can very easily make the finals now at this point. How I'm looking at how this team's starting to come together here. And look, it's starting to come together for them. They traded Giddey while he had value, okay, and then now with how much money he's trying to make as well, the Thunder couldn't pay him that whatsoever, so if they didn't trade him, they're just going to let him walk for nothing. So, yeah, they dodged a bullet. They got everything that they could in return. But I'm also interested in what you guys personally think about Josh Giddey commanding this much money. Do you think he's worth $30 million per year, or do you think it's, too low, too high, or is that just the right amount? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video.